So, in the meantime, we can of course use the time to maybe have a look at the player profiles. So we're gonna start it off alphabetically with CarlJr. Carl-Anthony Cloutier from Canada with camera 3 and gamepad. Triple world champion. I think there's nothing more to add. This guy is an absolute madman. Following up by Kappa. He almost quit TrackMania, and thanks to Sampy, he's back to TrackMania. 23-year-old, playing with a keyboard and cam 1, and that guy is full of experience as well. So you shouldn't count out Kappa for this one. Following up, Dennis Lotze from Germany, Massa, playing for Berlin International Gaming, 23 years old, with a gamepad, cam 1, and this guy is known for risking it all the way from the beginning until the very end. Last but not least, it is Tween Marek from Slovakia, 22 years old, also a keyboard driver, known for being a madman on his keyboard, camera 2, and already having participated in 5 grand finals in TrackMania World Championships. So this guy knows what's up. Tween is, let's say, the super calm, collected guy in this mix, while the others might be showing a little more emotion. So Tween is, you know, having that poker face. And as I said, Tween in the last match was also recovering extremely nicely from technical difficulties. So Tween is somebody you shouldn't count out as well. Alright, so this is gonna be live, ladies and gentlemen. The winner bracket final of 2018's TrackMania² Stadium World Championship. We're gonna go live on the first map after Mania Control V0.228 is successfully started. Looks like it's good. We have a point limit of 140 with finalist mode, and of course 4 rounds per map. Every player will have the chance to deploy a pause whenever he likes. So whenever somebody's finding himself in a tilt situation, he can just write in /pause. There's gonna be a 120 second delay or a pause for the player to you know, get back into the groove and perform better. So that is gonna be the rough schedule. For those who are maybe new to TrackMania eSport, this mode is or this tournament is gonna be played in Cup mode. Meaning that all 4 drivers are going to start at the same time, and depending on your position at the finish line, you will be granted points. There's going to be 10 points for first place, 6 for second, 4 for third, and 3 for fourth. So you of course want to opt for those top 2 positions. Those are going to be really, really valuable. And then again, 140 is going to be the point limit to reach finalist mode. Gonna win another round to secure that position, and this is gonna be the end of the warm-up. The first map is gonna be Odyssey by Roa, and we are gonna kick it off right here. Get up some hype in the chat. This is gonna be the winner bracket final. Top 2 will move on to the grand final and fight it out for the world champion title. Let's follow BIG Massa through the first round. Everybody off to a great start. These 4 players know what's up. They know how to drive this map inside out. They have seen this map for multiple months. They have had so much practice on this map. They know this one by heart now. They could just lay in bed and think about this map, and they know every tiny detail about it. So this is the amazing thing about it. Everybody is absolutely and fully prepared. Let's follow CarlJr, who is having a little bit of a wonky start right now. He's in 4th place, but catches up pretty nicely here with more speed coming out of that corner. Tween right now in 1st place, the Sampy player, Kappa on 2nd, Massa on 3rd, and CarlJr not really able to catch back right here, as we have a little bit of a struggle right there from Kappa. Kappa dropping down to 4th place. So he has some catching up to do in the second half of the track. We're coming closer and closer to the finish line. Tween still holding strong with that 1st place, looking really good. It is the battle for 1st place now. Tween actually dropping down, made a mistake, and it is CarlJr versus Massa for 1st place. CarlJr not really getting the best angle. Massa will take profit from that. Gets a pretty weird angle into that last drop, but keeps a lot of speed, and he will take that 1st place. Massa clocking in a 113.9 and wins the first 10 points of this match. CarlJr on 2nd, Kappa and Tween losing it a little bit in the second half of the track, but nothing's lost yet. Next round coming up there. Sadly, oh, that one just popped up. Perfect. So never mind what I said. Round number 2 incoming, and we're gonna go through the first set of corners. Nobody with a mistake. Massa going for a very tight line. He's not going to have the optimal speed. You can see that the other drivers are opting for a wider line, allowing to maintain more speed through the section. So Massa dropping down very, very much right there. Gets the no slide as well, and that is already a very, very bad looking round for Massa. Let's follow CarlJr, the 3-time world champion, only on 3rd place right now. It is the Sampi guys once again leading on 1 and 2. Kappa now overtaking his own teammate. But keep in mind, the TrackMania World Championship is not a team tournament, so Kappa and Tween are not going to give anything to each other. This is going to be do or die between those two. Going over the blue part, Tween losing a lot of speed, and CarlJr with a mistake. Went a bit too wide and hit the barrier of the road with his back end. So he's going to lose all of his speed. Drops down to last place, right behind Massa. Let's follow the leaders. It is Kappa on 1st place, followed by Tween, and they're going to take these positions home. Sampi Kappa 113.831 and Tween just 0.2 behind. So a great round for Team Sampi. Massa on 3rd and CarlJr on 4th. Round number 3 incoming. Let's follow Tween through the first half of the track. Where's the scoreboard? I don't have a scoreboard. Why is this a thing? There's no scoreboard. Hopefully with the map change that's gonna be fixed, but that is interesting. Anyway, let's focus on the battle. It is Massa that made a mistake again. So he fell behind by more than 1 second. Let's follow CarlJr. Only on 3rd again. The Sampi guys are really pushing it to the limit right here. You can see that Tween and Kappa are escaping CarlJr and Massa in the first half of the track. So Tween and Kappa looking extremely good, but as I say that, Caster's curse is kicking in and Tween makes a mistake, hits the pole on the inside, so it will be Kappa and CarlJr occupying the first 2 positions with a pretty big gap actually. 0.2 of a second is something that CarlJr is not going to be able to catch up unless Kappa makes a mistake, and that's exactly what happens. Kappa now dropping down to 2nd place. It will all come down to the last turn. CarlJr now with a pretty good line. It will be decided in the last turn. Goes a bit wide, but gets some pretty good speed out of the exit. So CarlJr will stay first and clocks in a 114.2. That's not even that fast of a time, but considering everybody made a little bit of a blunder, it is enough to take the 10 points. CarlJr with question mark amount of points. We have a little bit of a server hiccup here actually. So let's just see. But there's no scoreboard and also no information about what round is running right now. So maybe the server is dying right now, but let's just ignore that fact and enjoy the amazing drivers that they're putting into the asphalt right now. Massa off to a better start this time. He made no mistake so far. Tween and Kappa holding strong once again. They are really, really fast on this map. CarlJr not really able to keep up the pace right now. He's in 4th place, but he's still waiting, lurking in the shadows, waiting for a mistake from one of the opponents. Tween with a lot of speed. CarlJr didn't really get the best exit right there. He's gonna drop down all the way back to last place again. Kappa holding strong on 2nd, Massa on 3rd. No mistake so far. Massa incredibly close to the wall, but CarlJr with more exit speed dropping down to the quarter pipe. This will be decided at the end again. This is incredibly close. This is only 600s between 1st and last place. CarlJr has to lift off the acceleration. Let's have a look at Massa. Kappa, Tween, and Massa literally within each other, but it will be Kappa having the upper hand with an 8.32, Tween with an 8.47, and Massa with an 8.78. Insane round right there by all of the drivers. So the rejoin didn't fix, so I'm actually gonna rejoin the server real quick. Because maybe this is something on my... Even though I doubt it, but let me quickly rejoin the server. That is not gonna be a biggie. Password, suck. Spectate. There are still no points! I can't see the points. What is happening to the server? There's a bug. Well, that's bad. That is bad. Why? That is mildly embarrassing. mildly embarrassing to say the least. So I guess we just need to do the math. Holy moly. Go in player mode. Nope. Nope. Doesn't work. Interesting. Hopefully we're gonna resolve that. Otherwise, we need to do the math, chat. We need to do the math. But yeah, let's not get distracted by that. We are gonna go onto the second map, which is gonna be Spectrum. So a little bit of a hiccup right there, but gotta deal with it. Gotta make the best out of it. Let's follow Kappa through the first round. Everybody is squeezing themselves through the checkpoint. That was really, really close by all of the players. Kappa doing really good. No mistakes being made so far. Massa on second place. Let's follow him through the next couple of corners. This is so close. Massa now losing a little bit. CarlJr had to lift off the acceleration, dropping down to 4th place. Massa with that inside line, risking it over the Randstein. Kappa, Tween, CarlJr, everybody within 200ths of a second. This is incredibly close. Massa now losing a little bit of pace right there, dropping down onto the platform. So he's going to lose some time. Almost landed on the left side of the barrier. So Massa is losing a little bit of time. 1500ths behind. Let's follow Tween. Kappa is in the lead. Tween and CarlJr fighting it out for second place. Who's going to get the best ending? The ending is incredibly spicy on this one. Kappa going onto 2 wheels. Tween onto 2 wheels. Now it will all be decided in the last turn. Tween with moderately good speed will go for the overtake, and CarlJr gets a really nice ending. Kappa will lose his position to his teammate, but those are some sick times again. 13, 29, and 31 by the top 3 players. Massa lost it at the end. Will get 3 points only. Going into round number 2, let's follow Tween through this round for a little bit. Really, really close once again. Nobody hit the check one again. We have seen that mistake plenty of times in previous matches. That part is just so tight. Like, the checkpoint gap is just barely wider than your actual car. Oh, and Kappa Airlines pulling off a nice backflip right there. He's going to be out of this one. He landed on his roof, and respawning is, of course, not allowed, so Kappa will get the DNF in this one. Tween losing a little bit of ground right there towards CarlJr and Massa. Massa contesting the 3-time world champion in this round. Massa going for the inside line, incredibly close to the wall right there on the inside, overtaking CarlJr. Let's have a look at CarlJr now. This is super tight. CarlJr with the better exit speed will go for the overtake on the German player again. Going back to Massa. Into the left-hander over the blue part. This is incredibly close to call right now. The last jump will decide it once more. Both having pretty much the equal speed, but CarlJr definitely with the superior line, and he will jump into the finish line and clocks in a 110.063. That is really, really fast by CarlJr. Massa with a 25, no chance. Tween with a 0.55, and Kappa with the DNF. This is already exciting. Let's go into the next one. Oh, Massa almost inside of the wall right there. I'm not sure if you actually witnessed how close that was. You could fit a piece of paper between the car and the wall right there. Massa, of course, known for being such a risky and precise driver around the corner, and he was just demonstrating that. So let's have a look at Massa, losing a little bit of time right there, but he's still greatly keeping up with the pace of the other players. CarlJr doing really good this time on first place. Kappa on second. Massa with that inside line will have a little less speed, dropping down into the blue part. Gets a nice landing though together with the others. Tween dropping down to last, but this is incredibly close. Once again, this is a 10th between first and last place. Incredibly close. Oh, CarlJr with a wide line. That was not really very nice, but Massa also struggling with keeping up that speed. Kappa now. Oh, and Massa saving it very nicely, but went too much onto 2 wheels. It will be decided in the end. Kappa with the superior angle. CarlJr versus Tween. Who's going to hit the finish line first? Looks like it's going to be CarlJr by only a 10th 100th of a second. So Kappa with a great time, together with CarlJr and Tween. Great race up front. This one should be round number 4. After this one, we're gonna switch maps. So let's follow CarlJr. Massa struggling a little bit with that drift. Didn't get the optimal speed out of it, so he's going to drop down all the way back to last place. And I'm actually very surprised that nobody in these 4 rounds actually managed to clip the checkpoint, since we've seen so many mistakes, and it is so difficult to actually go through that without making a mistake. And Kappa Airlines version 2. This time, however, he manages to land on his wheels, so he's not going to cash in that DNF at least. But at that last place for Kappa, and Massa also made a mistake, so it will be all up to CarlJr and Tween for this round. Tween trying his best to come back. CarlJr is on an amazing time, both having a minus at the checkpoint, so they're both on incredibly fast times right now. CarlJr still in first place. Tween trying to make something happen, but CarlJr is on a great pace so far. He's not going to let that first place slip through. Ooh, that was close by Tween. Almost catches the Randstein there, entering the road again. Has to release the acceleration. CarlJr will have the better angle right there. Tween going for the safe finish. He knows that he has nothing to lose at that point. CarlJr clocking in a 1:10.075. I told you that it's gonna be a good time. CarlJr, 3 times world champion, showing what he got. Next map, it is gonna be Liberstead. I'm gonna play you the map preview while there's gonna be asked for a pause. So yeah, let's use the break and play the map preview. Liberstead by Maddox. And that is going to be it for Liberstead. That is a map which is purely based on technical corners, a lot of obstacles to avoid. It is a really, really difficult map to perform. We see Massa keeping the tires warm in the warm-up together with Kappa. This is some advanced strategies right here. Apparently the bug cannot be resolved as of now. I really don't know what's happening. This is actually the first time that I have ever seen this bug happening in TrackMania, so I guess the first time. Gotta come at some point, right? So there's gonna be the scores in the chat from now on. Tween with 39, Kappa with 47, Carl with 58, and Massa with 37. Would have been nice if they were actually in order, but anyway, the chat will be with the scores right here. There is nothing I can do. There is absolutely nothing I can do about this. But yeah, we just gotta go with the flow, accept this, and make the best out of it. So this is gonna be the warm-up that the players are driving right now. They have been standing at the start block and waiting for a response from the admin regarding, you know, what's gonna happen with that bug. But since it doesn't seem to be resolvable in time, I guess without having to restart the entire match, we're just gonna go with this, yeah, Neanderthal method, but it should be fine. So, warm-up is gonna end soon, and then we're gonna go live with 4 rounds on Liberstead. And yep, that's a cool warm-up. So, let's go. Next map. And we're just gonna go with the flow, guys. Round number 1. Here we go. Following Sampy Tween, the keyboard driver. He is known for playing keyboard ever since he started playing TrackMania, and it just shows that you can be as competitive as gamepad drivers in a game like TrackMania Stadium, at least in the tech style. Of course, TrackMania² Stadium offers different styles like full speed or dirt, or even some niche styles like RPG or trial. So this game is just so versatile, and it allows players of different inputs to still compete with the top level, which is really nice to see. So Tween right now, Kappa also a keyboard driver right now, however, finding themselves in the bottom 2 positions. Massa and CarlJr both driving with the gamepad. Massa dropping down now though, dropping all the way back to 4th place. BIG Massa not out of it yet though. What a risky line by Massa, going for that inside line. We have seen many players clipping the inside of that checkpoint. Nobody doing it so far, but Tween actually putting himself up to 1st place. CarlJr with more speed, and also Kappa is coming stronger, so we're all gonna see it in the end. CarlJr goes very tight, will lose a little bit of speed, but it's still very good for him. Now the last bump will decide it. Tween gets the best grip out of that transition, but he misses the finish, and Kappa as well. Both Sampy players missed the finish, and Massa will take advantage from that, together with CarlJr, who are just 200s away from each other, take 1st and 2nd place. Both Sampy players missing the finish right there. Those have been some sick rounds by all of them, and then the end, of course, you gotta keep in mind that the players see their opponents, like, as they're driving. So they see exactly where is my opponent, what is my opponent doing, how far is he behind, how far is he ahead. So in a situation like that, it is just so nerve-wracking to see your opponents literally next to you, and you have to perform to your very best and nail those turns left, right, center. That is something that is really, really hard to grasp. As someone who maybe doesn't really know the game, but I can tell you from experience, that is something that really puts your blood pressure up high. Next round, Kappa is in the lead, CarlJr on 2nd, Tween on 3rd, and we saw Massa that is falling behind a little bit. He's half a second behind already, so he's most likely not going to have a big impact on this match. Tween versus CarlJr, the fight for 2nd place. Kappa is too far ahead, so he's most likely not gonna lose that one unless he messes up the finish again. Oh, CarlJr jumping too far left, landed on the barrier, and he's gonna lose all of his momentum right there. Kappa on 1st place, Tween on 2nd, and Massa on 3rd. Those are probably gonna be the positions. Nobody hitting the edge of the finish block, so everybody will finish. Kappa with a 112.6, Tween with a 0.8, Massa 113, and CarlJr as well. So Sampy back at it after the blunder of the previous round. Diving into the next one. You can see the scores in the chat. I find it pretty awkward that he's typing that in the chat during the live round. That is something you don't really do. So, I'm gonna tell him in the next warm-up. But going into this round, we have Kappa going for a little bit of a wider line. Accumulates more speed, but it doesn't really pay off for him right now. Tween with low speed over the blue part, and now it actually pays off for Kappa. He's striking hard. Comes back to the pack, 600s between 1st and 2nd. 1st and last, I mean. So that is incredibly tight going into this round. CarlJr in the lead. This is incredibly clutch right now. Tween going for a wider line, trying to maintain more speed. CarlJr almost falling off the platform on the left side. That was incredibly tight. Massa will take advantage from that, goes up to 1st place. The German player about to take the 10 points, which could be very important for him since he's at 51 points only. CarlJr going very wide, almost landing on the barrier again, going very far left to maintain as much speed as possible. It paid off for him though. Going up to 2nd place, Tween with a mistake, and now it is Kappa on 3rd. CarlJr jumping too low and does the side ramp by accident. CarlJr with a DNF, and Tween barely able to reach the finish line. So the mistake that CarlJr did is that he went too far right on the ramp. He cut it on the side, and that caused the right set of wheels to drop down earlier. So basically, he just didn't jump high enough to reach the finish line. CarlJr with the DNF, that is gonna hurt pretty badly. CarlJr will remain at 67 points. Then there's Kappa at 63, Massa at 61, and Tween at 49. So Tween is a little further behind. Let's follow him. He's still, like, not very far behind, of course, so he can very well recover from that as we go through the next maps. Point limit is 140, so you should not forget about that as well. CarlJr on an amazing pace right now. However, didn't really get that corner all too well, so it will be Massa taking the advantage from that. CarlJr with a slightly different line. And also Tween now popping up, but what a line by CarlJr, almost inside of that wall on the inside. Oh, and there goes that mistake. Was pushing it a little too hard right there, so CarlJr will get punished for that. Drops down all the way back to last place. Oh, Massa gets the bump and drops down to third place. Good save, though, by Massa. That could have gone completely bad. Tween and Kappa, the two Sampies, will, of course, not say no to that opportunity. Great time by Tween, 112.5. And also by Kappa, 0.6. Those are times that are going to be very, very fast. Alright, that is gonna be the map change. Even odds by Scotty is gonna be the next map. And we are, of course, gonna have a juicy map preview. Alright, there you have it. You saw Spam giving you a hot lap through this track. This one is gonna be the next map, with the current score being as follows: 70 for CarlJr, 69 for Kappa, Massa at 65, and Tween at 59. So there's only 11 points between first and last place. This match is far from over. Let's go into this round. Another incredibly difficult track. CarlJr not with the greatest of lines right there, dropping down to last place, but recovers pretty nicely with that inside line, so he's not going to lose too much time. This section, very important to keep all of the wheels on the ground without having too much airtime. Everybody doing it nicely. CarlJr with a lot of risk, though, going up all the way to first place together with Massa and Tween. Tween, who went a little bit too much on the inside, will lose a bit of speed there up the hill again. Of course, when you have an uphill, you want to maintain as much speed as possible before you approach that uphill, because acceleration is going to be a little lower in uphills, obviously. So, not really too much of a biggie for Tween, though, as we have CarlJr with the first mistake of this map. Went into the wall right there, so he's going to drop down all the way back to last place. It is Massa in the lead. Kappa and Tween, the two teammates, fighting it out for second place. Massa with a 0.16 of a lead. He can almost take the end safely. There's no need to really risk it. We have that jump where we saw some players jumping a bit too low. Who is going to take that second place? Tween! Demonstrating what I said perfectly. Thank you very much, Tween. He has jumped too low and didn't land on the other side of the ramp. So Tween, lucky that he actually could still reach the finish line. So Tween dropping down to last place, and this is not what he wants, because he is on last place with points. $75 for Massa and Kappa, both on first place. CarlJr at 74. There is a such heated up battle right now for the first place. Tween not really showing the greatest of performances so far. Made another mistake, dropping down to last place. So it will be between Kappa, CarlJr and Massa. Three different teams being represented, but Massa also making a mistake now. That section is actually incredibly difficult to get through. It might look easy, it might just look like, yeah, you're just gonna go left, right. But keeping that maximum speed through these corners and angling up properly is actually really, really difficult. Same for this section where you have to double drop from the platform down into the left-hand turn. Kappa doing it really nicely and will extend his lead over CarlJr. 2800ths of a second now. Kappa looking really good in this round. CarlJr. will not be able to catch that up unless Kappa makes a mistake at the end. However, we know Kappa has balls of steel, and he's not going to let that slip through his hands. Last couple of corners coming up for Sampi Kappa from Czech Republic, and he's going to go for it with a great time as well. 112.418. CarlJr. on second, Tween on third, and Massa has actually dropped down all the way to fourth place. Not the greatest score for the German driver. Score update in the chat to keep you informed. Let's go into the next round with CarlJr. getting a crap ton of speed out of that turn. Goes up to first place, but Kappa is very, very close in a hot pursuit together with Massa and Tween. Great starts by all of the drivers. Everybody within a tenth of a second, but that is Massa making a mistake. Bad place to crash right there. Tween with that inside line. Kappa and CarlJr. opting for more speed, and this is exactly what I told you. You want to keep that speed over the hill so Tween will get catched up again. Caught up, I mean. Excuse my Englando. Ooh, CarlJr. almost jumping too far right, but gets a very nice trajectory through that section. CarlJr. in first place now. Tween going very wide. Oh, that was incredibly close. CarlJr. also very close to the inside of the wall, but Tween getting the most speed out of this one. So he will go up to first place. Kappa on second. Will get passed by CarlJr. CarlJr. with the attack in the hairpin, but Tween will have a little more speed, and unless he makes a mistake at the end, it is going to be his round and a very important 10-pointer for Tween, but that is too low. No, it's not. Tween with the lowest possible jump. 112.4, 112.5 by CarlJr. and Kappa. What a great round up front once again. That was a heart attack jump by Tween right there. I really thought he's going to clip it again because that looked dangerously close to being too low. But Tween, great recovery, coming back. 76 points for him. Last round of this map, and everybody else is off to a great start again. The Sampis are currently in the lead. Tween on first and Kappa on second. Massa not really getting the best section right there. So what I mentioned earlier about keeping the wheels on the ground, that is something that is really important to get that extra time save. So Massa struggles again and will lose more and more ground. Double lead for Sampi right now. CarlJr. being pushed back to third place. But we still have a lot of corners coming up where the players could potentially make mistakes. But Tween is on a banger of a time right now. He is on first, leads the pack by 1600ths of a second right now. His teammate Kappa on second. CarlJr. risking it for the biscuit right there on the inside. Once again, really close to the inside border. Manages not to hit it. But these positions seem to be set in stone right here. Tween, Kappa, and CarlJr. being separated enough to not make a difference at the end. Tween, 0.5. Kappa, 0.7. Carl, 0.8. Great stuff. Once again, and Tween is actually coming back. This map definitely going better for the keyboard player for Team Sampi. Next map is gonna be the Masterpiece by Thompson. Full focus. Let's have a look at the map preview. That was the map preview for this map made by Pikes. Shout out, of course, to Pikes, who made all of the graphics, all of the video previews for the TrackMania World Championship. That is some great work by him. We're gonna go into the next map with the score being as follows. Kappa leading with 95 points in front of CarlJr with 90. Tween coming back very strongly with 86, and Massa dropping down to last with 84. This is not even close to being decided yet. Point limit is 140, so there's a lot of action coming up for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. New map, meaning a new chance for the drivers to potentially make something happen. Maybe it is the chance for Massa to catch back from that point disadvantage that he is in right now. As I said, Massa right now on last place. Ooh, and that was a risky line by Massa, almost falling into that hole. Really want to make sure that you don't misjudge your angles right there. It is a difficult turn combination where everything kind of needs to flow into each other, otherwise the turn is just not going to work at all. Massa doing it really well though, recovers from that and still keeps holding on strong against CarlJr. He has a 3-time world champion in his back, and also Kappa, who was actually defeating CarlJr in the winner bracket semifinals. So this is an incredibly close round right here, but we have Kappa with the full stop into the checkpoint. Tween is too far behind to make a difference, so it will be behind between Massa and CarlJr for the last set of corners. CarlJr needs to make something happen. Oh my days, that was close to the right side. Almost hits the wall with his back end. But will be Massa taking advantage. And that is going to be a moderately fast time right there. 108.062 by Massa. Kicking it off right there with a banger of a time. Next round ongoing. Score update in the chat. Kappa still in the lead, but Massa is creeping in closer after that 10-pointer. That was really important. And maybe this is actually the map, what I said earlier, the map that maybe boats him better, that suits him better to get some of those juicy 10-pointers. But then there's CarlJr that is on a great run right now. Kappa already more than a 10th behind, and Tween even further back, so Sampi not really shining through in the second round of this map. Following the leaders again, this is neck and neck between Massa and CarlJr. Massa having the upper hand, but CarlJr with more speed over the blue part, coming back strong. Entering the next drift, want to land in an auto drift and then just tap the brake ever so slightly to prolong that drift. CarlJr does it a little better. Now we're coming up to the last part again. It is CarlJr versus Massa once again. Massa with that inside line. CarlJr not really capable of keeping up with the pace of Massa. Both going very wide, and all of a sudden there is a wild Kappa clocking in a .13. That is actually a very tight round right there. Massa with a .01. CarlJr with a 0.9. And Kappa with a 13. Those are sick times. Ooh, Massa with a little stumble right there over the first checkpoint. But didn't lose too much time, so he is going to recover from that. Gets a lot of speed out of that section, so he's just a 10th behind. This is not really too much of a biggie for Massa right now. Oh, a little stumble right there as well. You don't really want to go too much on two wheels there, because otherwise your car will lose grip. And that is not what you want. This car wants grip to accelerate. Let's follow Kappa. He is chasing down his teammate Tween, now dropping down to last place. Really didn't get that section all too well. Dropping down to last place now. CarlJr on a great time. He is a 10th ahead, but Kappa coming in with a lot of speed. Into the right-hander we go. Kappa coming dangerously close to CarlJr now. This is neck and neck once more. Into the left-hander we go. CarlJr still in the lead, gets a tad more speed out of that section than Kappa, but it will all come down to the last section once again. Massa coming back again. Kappa with the inside line. CarlJr going wider. CarlJr trying to get the least amount of airtime. Kappa almost clipping the checkpoint. Who's going to take that first place? It is going to be CarlJr. And look at those times again. This is mind-blowing right now. 0.15, 0.92, and a 12. This is top-tier TrackMania gameplay right now. CarlJr moving up to 112, and then it's a tie for second place. Massa and Kappa both with 108. And Tween losing it a little bit with 93 points. Still didn't break that 100-point barrier, but maybe this round is going to be it. Let's follow Tween. Great start by all of the players. Only 700s between all of them. Tween now with a great section coming up to second place. Going through this left-hander. Wow, beautiful lines by everyone. This are gonna be another low 0.0 times probably by every single one of them right now. Let's have a look what is gonna happen in the second half of the track. Kappa in the lead, Massa on second. This is high level material right now. Massa going very wide, almost hitting the wall, and they are so close to each other. It's so hard to tell who's gonna take this one. It will all come down to the last turn. Once again, CarlJr sticking in, goes for the inside line with the attack line, with the aggressive line. Massa with a lot of speed, most likely gonna take it, but Tween with less airtime. Massa not really getting it all too well, but it's Kappa who is gonna take it, and look at those times. I am getting a boner with these times. 108.007, 014, 065, and 095. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Actual crazy content. This is grand final material. This is getting ridiculous. Last place with a 108.09. Where else would you see that? Nowhere else. Next map, Hervanta. Let's calm down a little bit. I am absolutely speechless how this match has been going. This has been such a quality match with the closest rounds. One of the closest rounds in this entire tourney so far. So this is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Next map, it is going to be Hervanta. And let's have a quick look at the scores. It is going to be Kappa now taking over the lead with 118 points. CarlJr 3 points behind. Massa 3 points behind that. And then there's Tween at 99, who is losing it a little bit, but maybe this map is going to boat him better. Let's hope for the best for Tween. This could be the map where potentially, like just potentially, where we could see a finalist. Considering what kind of back and forth this is. Everybody taking a 10-pointer and then maybe taking a 3-pointer right after that. So it's always a back and forth, always a yo-yo right here between all of the players. That's just how close this is, and this is what we like to see at a TrackMania World Championship. So let's go into the first round with Massa being in the lead and gets a very, very good gap already towards the other drivers. CarlJr now in second place. Kappa and Tween coming closer. Massa extending his lead, and he is on a banger of a time right now. Massa extending his lead, and never mind. That is Massa being a Massa, risking it for the biscuit, and he went too tight in that left-hander, went too much over the Randstein, hit the wall on the inside, and that's how quick it can go. From hero to zero we go. Let's follow Kappa for Team Sampi. Oh, Tween and CarlJr both bumping over that underground transition. None of them getting unlucky and getting the slowdown. So it will come down all the way to the ending. Tween on first place. Kappa. Everybody going for the inside line. Who's going to get it the best? It is Kappa that gets really, really inside. But Tween gets it the best. And no, Tween actually hit the border of the finish block. The front edge, and gets thrown down to third place. Kappa on first and CarlJr on second with only 300s apart from each other. What a clutch end that was. Unlucky for Tween. Crazy, crazy times. Both drivers clocking in a 0.6. This is continuing to be absolutely mad. Kappa coming closer to that finalist status. The point limit is 140, so maybe, as I said, Kappa could be able to reach finalist mode on Hervanta. Massa off to not the greatest start so far. Kappa and Tween currently in the lead. CarlJr opting for a different line. Didn't really pay off for him though. The Canadian player only on third right now. Massa now risking it once again. He really wants to prove that he's capable of risking that line. And it paid off. He's coming closer to CarlJr, but the two Sampies are in the lead and they are on banger over times. Once again, these runs are crazy fast. Tween and Kappa extending their leads just by a little bit. Massa now going up to third place, but CarlJr with that wider approach. But then it is Tween that gets unlucky again. Gets the slowdown as he drives over the underground border. And also Massa made a little mistake. So it will be Kappa and CarlJr. Kappa could potentially go for the outside pole. And both are actually going for the outside pole. I expected CarlJr to go for the inside, but Kappa makes a really unnecessary mistake and gifts CarlJr those 10 points. 111.7. As I said, all of these drivers were on sick times until they gradually started to make mistakes in the second half of the track. So CarlJr will take 10 points. And those are going to be important ones. It is a tie for first. Kappa and CarlJr both at 131. Massa 10 points behind and Tween with 107. Looking to look rather grim for Tween, to be quite honest. Because we're coming towards the end of the match and I don't see Tween catching up an almost 30-point disadvantage at this point. So Tween might face the consolidation final at this point, which is going to be played right after this one. But let's follow on this round. It is CarlJr and Massa battling it out for that first place. The Sampies this time being a little further back. Not the greatest of starts right there for Kappa and Tween. Massa is on a banger of a time right there. Doesn't really get the best speed out of this section, so CarlJr will come closer. Massa risking it once again. CarlJr with the inside line goes a little bit over the border. Unlike the second one right here, the first one is not really problematic if you drive over it. You don't really risk getting a slowdown right there. So CarlJr now going up to first place, gets a slightly better entry for the hairpin. But Massa with the inside line, both getting the equal exit speed out of this one. Hello, there's Tween. Tween with less speed though, and everybody going for the inside line. CarlJr, late decision to go for the inside pole. You saw that he was struggling a little bit. And it is Massa and Tween both with a 0.5. What are these times? 56 by Massa and 59 by Tween. Unbelievable times. Kappa on third. No chance with that 0.9. Will Kappa and CarlJr reach finalist mode now? They have the potential and the chance, but also Massa. If Massa wins this round, he's at 131. The 10 points for first place could put him up to finalist mode. So let's see what's gonna happen. Great start for Massa. Holding up the German flag right here on first place. CarlJr trailing him down. But it is still neck and neck right here. Oh, Massa with a slightly wonky exit right there, but still keeping himself stabilized on the track. Kappa a little further behind, so it will be between CarlJr, Tween and Massa as we go through this section of the corner. Nobody getting a nose slide, risking it over the Randsteins right there. Good stuff by all of the drivers. Tween now trying to make something happen. He needs points. He needs those 10 pointers in every single round if best. Right now it is looking good, but Massa and CarlJr with the attack line in the hairpin. CarlJr with a lot of exit speed coming closer. Gets a nice gear change right there. Overtaking both of them in the platform corner with CarlJr clipping the inside of the checkpoint. Massa making a mistake as well. And it is Tween that is most likely going to take 10 points if he makes the finish jump. Ooh. Close one right there. Sampy double lead. Tween with first and Kappa with second. Massa and CarlJr both making mistakes in the last section of the track. Oh my days. We are gonna have a finalist and that one is gonna be Kappa. Kappa will be finalist on this map. As you can see, 140 for Kappa, CarlJr 137, Massa 135 and Tween with 123. So maybe we're gonna have 3 finalists even. It could very well happen. CarlJr needs to finish. Massa needs to get first or second. And Kappa just needs to be denied. And we have the triple finalist. And don't count out Tween yet. Going back onto this map. Tween having the greatest of starts so far. But this is too close to call, of course. We're just 17 seconds off the track. This is pointless, meaningless right now. Massa with that inside line doesn't really get the best speed. Will get passed by every single one of them. Tween right now in the lead, and he could also still make a great comeback. Nothing is decided yet at all. Kappa now in the lead. He is the finalist. If he wins this round, he's gonna go up to the grand final and get a giant step closer to becoming world champion 2018. Right now, Kappa is looking not that great, but he's going for a wider approach. Tries to go for more speed. He's coming closer. Tween and CarlJr very, very close by. Going into the right-hander, keeping the grip down the hill. Kappa with a lot of speed, going up to first place. Gets really, really nice transitions over there, over the grass and blue part. Kappa up to first place, and most likely gonna take it right here up to the finish line. CarlJr trying his best to deny Kappa. Kappa not with the best line. CarlJr trying to risk it right there. The last turn will decide it right there. Who will get the best? Kappa with the wide line, but he will have enough speed, and Kappa will take it in his first finalist attempt. This guy has balls of steel, and Kappa will be the first finalist of the World Championship 2018 in TrackMania² Stadium. What a performance by Kappa, not showing a single drop of sweat in this round. And he will take it in his first finalist attempt. What a man. Going into the next round, according to the chat, Massa is at the slap of the face. 139 points. Yes, you can see it. CarlJr is finalist. So this could be the end if CarlJr wins this one. Massa right now in the lead. He just needs to finish, and he needs to hope that CarlJr is not going to finish this one. Right now, it is looking good for BIG Massa. He is fighting it out with CarlJr. CarlJr with the inside line, but Massa should have a little more speed right there. Yes, we go through the right-hander into the left drift. Passing the poles right there. Massa with great speed together with Tween. What a close battle. This is too close to be called right now. Both almost inside of the checkpoint right there. Insane lines right there. CarlJr crashes. And it is Massa that is gonna reach finalist mode as well. He just needs to finish. Tween, of course, wants those 10 points. But he is not going to get them. That is not going to be sufficient for Sampy Tween. He's going to get 6 points. We'll end up at 129. 2 finalists and Massa with a .63, showing that he wants to reach the grand final. CarlJr, triple world champion, and Massa now in finalist. This is gonna be nerve-wracking for both of them. And then there's Tween. Tween, who can be the lucky guy. The guy with the smile on his face that could deny both of them in this round. Let's have a look. Tween should not be counted out of this one yet. And right now, he is actually in the lead. This is unbelievable. CarlJr is chasing him down. Tween not with the best line. Massa lurking in the shadows, waiting for a mistake. Bad Randstein by Massa. And that is the end for Massa. Massa needs to hope that CarlJr is getting denied by Tween. Otherwise, it is going to be the GG. Tween versus CarlJr. Tween, if he wins this one, is going to have to slap in the face as well. CarlJr with a mistake as well. And this is the chance for Tween to reach 139. And he's not out of it. Tween is not out of it yet. This guy has balls of steel as well. Unbelievable. CarlJr and Massa both crumbling like a cookie under the pressure of this finalist mode. This is the beauty of this finalist mode. This is why we love it. And Tween will take it with ease. He's gonna be like, hello, thank you very much, I'm back. 113.6 by Tween. That is intimidating. Tween, 139. He needs to do it again. He needs to deny them again. It's not going to be an easy task, but we know Tween can do it. He has the pace. He has the calm and collected mind that you need in a situation like this. Let's go into the next round. Wide line by CarlJr. This is not where he wants to go. Dropping down all the way back to last place. Loses a 10th with that line, but he's coming back strong with a lot of speed. Tween again on first place, fighting it out with Massa. Both risking it over the Randstein. CarlJr with a crap ton of speed exiting that corner. Tween is still in first place. CarlJr with a great comeback. He really wants to take this one home now. He is sick and tired of this finalist mode. He wants to take it right now. This is incredibly close. Tween still in first place. Goes very wide. Almost hits the wall right there on the right side. He's still in first place. CarlJr and Massa trying their best to make it happen right there. Tween with good speed still. Now this section very decisive. Massa with a mistake. And CarlJr could potentially take it right here. He has more speed dropping down into the quarter pipe transition. Tween now needs to risk it for the biscuit. Goes over the Randstein. Has the better angle. And he could very well deny them again. Hey, he does it. He does it. Tween denies them a second time. And we have 3 finalists entering the last round for the grand final. Oh my days. Three finalists. This cannot go any closer. Massa with the XD in the chat. I think that is a sign. This is gonna be Spectrum by Nevermind. Last round. This is do or die. The winner of this one will move to the grand final. The bottom 2 will go down to the consolidation final. Here we go. Massa, Tween, and CarlJr. Sampi, The Raider, and BIG. Slovakia, Germany, and Canada. Who's gonna take this one? Great start from Massa. Going for those inside lines. Almost hits the wall. Both of them, all 3 of them, actually going through the inside of the checkpoint. Massa with that mistake, and he's out. CarlJr and Tween, the last remaining soldiers. Massa is already saying hello to the consolidation final. This will be between CarlJr and Tween. CarlJr gets a better speed out of this section. Let's follow Tween. Tween is lurking in the shadows. This is not even a car length between those. This is incredibly close. 0.04 of a second at the checkpoint. Tween with slightly better landing right there on the blue part. Goes very tight. CarlJr will have more speed. Tween with the slightly wonky landing right there, but still in the race. We're coming towards the last third of the map, and it is looking very good for CarlJr. He is extending his lead. It is now 1600s. He can almost take the end safely right there. CarlJr not with the best line, but Tween also not really taking advantage from that. The last turn will decide it right there. CarlJr tactically avoiding the Randstein on the inside. This is what a 3-time world champion is doing, and he's going to qualify himself for the grand final. CarlJr clocking in a 110.17, and it is enough to kick Tween and Massa down into the consolidation final. CarlJr and Kappa, grand finalists of the TrackMania World Championship 2018. What a match. What a match.